Good morning, fourth grade. We're ready for math lesson 168. We're going to start off today with going over our concept cards once again. So get ready to give the answer and see how well you know these cards today. See if you can remember all of them. 1 square yard equals how many square feet? 9. 1 square foot equals how many square inches? 144. 1 decade equals how many years? 10. 1 score equals how many years? 20. 1 millennium equals how many years? 1,000. 1 tablespoon equals how many teaspoons? 3. 1 century equals how many years? 100. 1 cup equals how many fluid ounces? 8. 1 centimeter equals how many millimeters? 10. 1 meter equals how many millimeters? 1,000. 1 kilometer equals how many meters? 1,000. 1 hectometer equals how many meters? 100. 1 decameter equals how many meters? 10. 1 meter equals how many decimeters? 10. What does hecto mean? 100. Deca. 10. Milla. 1,000th. Centa. 100th. Deci. 1/10. Kilo. 1,000. 1 metric ton equals how many pounds? 2,200. 1 kilogram equals how many grams? 1,000. 1 ton equals how many pounds? 2,000. 1 pound equals how many ounces? 16. 1 bushel equals how many pecks? 4. 1 peck equals how many quarts? 8. 1 gallon equals how many quarts? 4. 1 quart equals how many pints? 2. 1 pint equals how many cups? 2. 1 meter equals how many centimeters? 100. 1 mile equals how many yards? 1,760. 1 mile equals how many feet? 5,280. 1 yard equals how many inches? 36. 1 year equals how many days? 365. 1 year equals how many weeks? About 52. What shape is this? Triangle. What is this? Circle. Rectangle. Square. 1 dozen things equals how many things? 12. What are these? Intersecting lines. Parallel lines. Perpendicular lines. Simple closed curve. Polygon. Point. Line segment. Line. Ray. Right angle. Congruent angles. What is perimeter? What are we measuring when we measure perimeter? Let's see here, I'm trying to fix these. We are measuring the distance around something when we're measuring perimeter. It's different from the area when we're measuring square units of something. what's the formula for finding the area of a square? A equals S times S. What is the formula for finding the perimeter of a square? P equals 4 times S. What is the formula for finding the area of a rectangle? A equals length times width. And the formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle. P equals, in parentheses, 2 times L plus, in parentheses, 2 times W. Okay, now I have some fractions and mixed numbers, and I want you to write them as decimals. So grab a paper and a pencil for this. Writing fractions and mixed numbers as decimals. Paper and a pencil. First of all, write 41/100th as a decimal. You should have written 0.41, which we had the whole number 41, and 100th, so it should have 2 places. So it should say 41/100th, just like this. Now 3 and 7/10. You have your whole number 3, and stands for the decimal point. 7 is the whole number here. It's tenths, so there should only be 1 place after the decimal. So 3.7, 3 and 7/10. 21,000th, write that as a decimal. You should have 0.021 because it's the whole number 21, but because it's thousandths, you need 3 places. So you have 0.21, 21,000. 31/100th. You should have a 0.31 because the whole number 31, and it's hundredths, so you need 2 places. So this is correct. 2/10. The whole number 2. Tenth is just 1 place after the decimal, so this is how it should be written. And 1 and 1/10. Whole number 1, decimal point for and 1/10. You need 1 place after the decimal, and it should be a 1 because it was the whole number 1. Okay, we're reviewing decimals a little bit here on the board before you get into your lesson. So first of all, I have a mixed number here, and I would like you to look at it and think about how it should be made into a decimal. How could we make it into a decimal? We just got done doing this. So we should be able to do this again. We have 4 and 3,000. So we know 4 is our whole number. Then we have the number 3 that we need as our decimal part. But it needs to be thousandths. So how many places should it have for thousandths? Thousandths is 3 places after the decimal point, right? So you would have 4.003. That gives you 3 places after the decimal point. Okay, 4 and 3,000. The fact that we have 3 places here after the decimal point makes it thousandths. Okay. Now we have the decimal, the mixed decimal, 17 and 700. Now we want to make that into a fraction or a mixed number. So we have the whole number 17, and then we have 7/10. So we just write 7 as our numerator and 10 as our denominator. 17 and 7/10. Okay? Now we want to subtract decimals. Remember, when we subtract decimals, we have to line up our decimal points. So the decimal points are lined up here, and we're just going to start at the ones, the hundredths place actually, and we cannot go 0 minus 1. So what do we have to do first? We have to borrow, okay? So we're going to have to borrow. We're going to change, let's see here, we're going to change this to, a 2, and then that made this a 10. But then we're borrowing from the 10, and making that a 9, and we're changing this to a 10. I don't know if that made a lot of sense as I did and said that there, but we borrowed from our 0 and our 3, and made this a 2, made this a 9, made this a 10, okay? So now we have 10 minus 1, which would be 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 minus nothing is 1. Now we put our decimal point in our answer right where it was, right above here. So we have the decimal point, we have hundredths place, the decimal point goes right between the 1 and 0, and we have 11 and 900 as our answer. Okay? So decimal review in your lesson today. Work carefully. You have one more review lesson coming up tomorrow, and then the test. We are wrapping this up. Getting very near the end here. Work carefully in your lesson today. Do the best that you can. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you later.